In AD&D, you get to be a brave hero who goes on dangerous adventures to save kingdoms and find lost treasure.
What are you doing in this temple of evil?
I am the last priest king of Detajuan Temple. What do you seek?
We have come to rescue Lord Easterling.
That sounds like someone my age trying to talk like an old man. In this video, we'll be taking a look at this nearly 30-year-old D&D box set. Now, some of you know that I'm relatively new to RPGs. I only discovered tabletop RPGs in 2014, well into my 30s already. My first edition was D&D 5th edition, so I think it'll be interesting for me to take a look at a box set that came out about 20 years before I ever started playing. We'll be taking a look and maybe comparing a little bit to those toward the end of the video, which I think will be interesting because on the surface, this one looks pretty different. Welcome everyone, my name is Nate and you are watching WAS D20. Now one of the things I love about D&D box sets is some of the introductory adventures and how they really help a new DM. One of the ways they help a new DM is through box text or read aloud text. And that's also what I really love about today's sponsor, DScryb. At DScryb.com you can find tons of read aloud text from their talented staff of writers that can help you sound more polished and prepared at the table. Whether you use these descriptions to craft your own adventures or as an improv tool for those moments when you need an impromptu NPC or shop description, DScryb is an amazing tool that I always keep open when I'm DMing. Go create an account, you can get tons of stuff for free, and you can unlock more with a paid account. Just go to DScryb.com or check the link down in the video description, and thank you so much to DScryb for helping support these videos. A quick disclaimer here about this box. I know very little about this box set, and this is a reaction video. So by nature, I'm probably gonna get some things wrong and make some assumptions that aren't correct. So feel free to correct or clarify it down in the comments if you're a little more in the know than I am. This came out in 1995, and that was 2nd edition. We're now on 5th edition. So yeah, some things have changed quite a bit. Let's start out just by taking a look at the box here. I love the box art. I think it's a really dynamic scene. The dragon is very like chunky looking, almost like a muscular humanoid in some ways, but I love this like spire here. Yes, Goodwill, $3. A friend of a friend picked this up for $3 at Goodwill and is letting me borrow it. One of the things I'm most interested to take a look at is the interactive audio CD, my friends. I think we're gonna be in for some quality listening there. As we look over at the back here, there's just kind of a summary of the contents, which I won't get too into because we're gonna open it up and take a look at the insides and the actual contents rather than pictures of them. We've got a DM screen. Yep, DM screen, cardboard, the miniatures and dice. Let's start by taking a look at the miniatures and dice here, actually. All right, so dice. Now, it's supposed to come with 7 dice. Let's see if we actually have all 7 here. We do. Got our D20, D12, 2 D10. Always got to roll. 13. 8. 6 and 4-sided dice. Nowadays, you're often going to see that the dice all come the same color, and that is really nice to have this like nice coordinated look to your set, but this is really handy for new players in particular because instead of saying roll the D20 and the player trying to fumble around for which one's the D20 and accidentally rolling the D12 instead, we've all been there. You can say roll your D20, it's the orange one, and that just really helps new players learn which die is which. So let's take a look at the miniatures now. This first one looks like a mage, some kind of wizard, got a dagger in the belt and a pouch there. Why is there this hand reaching over here, kind of grabbing for the sword? Oh, I don't think that's a hand. I think that's a staff that's like tucked into his belt. That wouldn't be annoying as you're trying to walk. Kind of cool, dynamic casting a spell pose. Big flowing robes. Got square bases on these or rectangular. Wow, this one, like the proportions are just funky. It kind of reminds me of the old Ralpartha miniatures, where like just the arms are so long. Yeah, definitely not super realistic proportions. Kind of a strange pose, holding a mace. I'm guessing this is a cleric. So we've got this archer here. This could be a ranger or fighter or who knows what, but man, chunky ears. Clearly going for the elf look there, but they look like headphones. Cool looking little dwarf. Man, that's a vicious axe. Look at those notches there. Whew. This one looks to be some kind of fighter, I'm guessing. Martial class, got a big old two-handed sword. It's a little bit bent. Short like fur cape or something going on there. Good looking mini. And this one we've got clearly what is a rogue, or I think they might have called him thief back in the day. So yeah, definitely got that look. What's with the ridiculous cape pose though? Like the hiding behind my cape sort of thing, or I don't know what. Yeah, anyway. Overall, you know, pretty decent miniatures for the time, I think. They, yeah, definitely seem very durable, which is good when they're just being tossed around in this box over the period of 27 years. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's pull out this DM screen. Yeah, it's a nice looking scene. I really like it. Just very dynamic, kind of dragon battle. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I love this art. I actually like this even more than the box art. This is a really cool scene. Just some dragon riders duking it out over a cool looking city. Oh, it's Easley. I think that's Jeff Easley piece there. Yeah, awesome. And then on the inside here, like, I just don't know enough about second edition to make heads or tails of this, but this would be a good basic way for me to learn some of the rules, I suppose. Characters can move up to 120 feet per round. 12 inches on the map sheet. Wow. Dwarf characters only 60 feet. Characters can move half their total allowed movement and still. So basically 60 feet and an attack. So yeah, a lot more movement back in the day. Not a super like efficient use of space on this, but that's okay. It's got a nice layout and some of the basic rules I assume that you would want. Oh, we got a map. We got a map. Let's check this out. Looks like a dungeon map and some kind of house. Oh man, look at that. That is cool. Wow. Oh man, there's so much detail and it's very like illustrative painted style. Rab is the artist. I've heard of Rab. Don't know much about them, but yeah, there's all this cool like, look at this little battle going on the sides here. This lizard on the side, dragon type thing. Oh man, these little guys marching in. This is funny. It's got a very almost like cartoony comedic style, this guy right here. And this one right here, we've got first floor and second floor of the house on Harrow Hill. And yeah, it looks like the same, yep, same artist. It is Rab once again. Oh man, look at this claw coming out of the couch here. This is, that's cool. Little tail under the rug there. Oh man. We've also got this town map right here. The town of Freedale, and looks like a little key on the back corresponding with the various locations. Nice little reference for just keeping at the table. Next up, we've got these character sheets. So pre-generated characters, human fighter, human cleric, human wizard, dwarf fighter, human thief, and elf fighter / wizard. And then a blank one too. Just not much detail on these. But they've got some nice art on these, which is cool. And they've already got names too. Beldar the Brave, Lordan the Pure, Morganth the Mysterious, Delvar Iron Fist. Delvar, I'm sorry, no, this is Brunner Battlehammer. That is straight up the cover from Streams of Silver by R.A. Salvatore there. But you can call him whatever you want there, TSR. No, I was about to say WotC. I had to catch myself. It is TSR back in this day. Oh wow, there's actually quite a bit of detail on the back of these character sheets as well. I missed that. Oh man, this is so cool. We've got actual notes from people who used to own this. Consumer response cards, some kind of survey, consumer response survey. Look at these old notes here. This looks like they're keeping track of gold and equipment. Magic protecting crossed out. Looks like they spelled magic wrong and crossed it out. Spell, magic missile, spelled wrong, knock. Yep, I want to meet these kids. Just lots of equipment, lots of gold crossed out, just keeping track of their gold totals. A little bit of a stain on the edge here, so yeah. Nice that that was included in the box here. Some parent just picked up the whole box and brought it to Goodwill. Oh man, the CD, okay, we're gonna listen to the CD. We'll save that for closer to the end here. I'll get some headphones and stuff. We'll give that a listen. We got the 3 books. I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail. I don't think it'd be super interesting for me right now to just, you know, like read the books and report on that, but we'll take a brief look. The player's handbook here seems to be a pretty slim volume. Got some basic rules, some good art and stuff here. Cleric spells, Wow, several pages of cleric spells and wizard spells. Rules. Yeah, a lot of rules. Finding, removing traps, ability checks. Oh man, that's a great piece of art right there. That really is. Yeah, oh man, really good art here. That's a cool piece. Yeah, so that's the player's handbook. Let's take a look at the monstrous manual. Not monster manual, but the monstrous manual. Brief introduction here, table of contents, and then like a one-page intro before you get into the stat blocks and art. Got a lot of the basics here. We got Bugbear, Carrion Crawler, Dwargar, Gelatinous Cube. Love that art. Gnolls, Goblins, Kobolds, Orcs, Myconid, etc., etc. Good stuff. Just some of the basics that you would want. Some great classic D&D monsters, you know? One thing you'll notice is they have Thaco as the armor class system. I don't know much about it. I noticed that on the character sheets too. 2-hit armor class 0, I think is what that stands for, but I don't know much about it. That's a second edition thing that, from what I can tell, like some people love and some people hate. The Dungeon Master Guide here. Let's take a look. About adventures and the DM. What do I do? How does the DM win? Nice. I like that. You know, it's a common question is how do you win? Being a good dungeon master, about adventures, using the CD, okay? The CD begins with an introduction to role-playing. Nice. It also contained tracks of adventure dialogue combined with special sound effects to help you run the beginning adventures in this book. Fabulous art there. Man. About adventures. Okay, so we've got the Tomb of Damara, the Ghost of Harrow Hill, and Under Mount Dread. So yeah, the Tomb of Damara, you need the map, the character cards, a CD player, and the CD. This was 1995 after all. We're still in CD time. There's that map. There's some fun art in here, I gotta say. I like the art. Oh, look at that map. Yeah, that's pretty old school looking. The town of Freedale. So looks like you get an adventure and then maybe they go to town as well, which is useful. It's always good to have a starter town for an adventure, in my opinion, not just like a dungeon. And then we have the Ghost of Harrow Hill. Yep, it looks like a haunted house sort of situation. And yep, there's these little notes about when to play the CD, like track 44, track 45 there. The Ghost of Harrow Hill, wrapping it up. And then we have Under Mount Dread. So I just spent a minute looking through some of the notes here, and it seems like this one doesn't use the CD. So this one, it's saying you'll get to play all the parts of the people the player characters run into. You'll have to invent voices and decide exactly what to say. So they're taking off the training wheels a little bit for this one, which I think is good. And then the second thing that's different is the notes, icons, and dialogue are not there. Also, there's no big map for you to place in front of the players. They will have to make their own map, but they do have a DM version of the map. Oh man, this is fabulous here. And then at the end here, you've got kind of next steps. And I also noticed I think there's a flyer in here on, like, what do you want to do next? Last items in the box here. Where do I go from here? They've got, like, ads for the core books here, which are $25, $20, and $25. And that was 1995 money, so I've priced that out before, and I think it would roughly be equivalent, a little bit less than $50 retail price that you currently buy books for, or you can get them for a lot cheaper, sometimes on Amazon and such. Nice ad here for Dungeon Magazine and Dragon Magazine. And a little ad for the RPGA Network. I don't really know what that is, but apparently it was headquartered in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We got to give this CD a listen here. So I'm going to get my headphones and we're going to listen to some of this. All right, I have put the CD in the optical drive of my computer. Here we go.
Old man, what are you doing in this temple of evil?
I am the last priest king of Detachuan Temple. What do you seek?
We have come to rescue Lord Easterling.
That sounds like someone my age trying to talk like an old man.
Die, humans. Guardian, watch your back! Please keep your back to the...
Intense, man. Got a little
What
battle
you
on
have
our
just
hands.
heard is a typical adventure from the advanced Dungeons and Dragons game known to insiders as AD&D. In AD&D, you get to be a brave hero who goes on dangerous adventures to save kingdoms and find lost treasure. As we
Whoa.
listen to what a typical AD&D session might sound like, pull the character
Voice
cards out
sounds
of the box.
kind of familiar.
Hey guys, I just got the
characters out
AD&D
of the
game.
box. We got sound effects
Let's check it
already.
out.
I don't know. I heard it's a really hard game with a lot of rule books and stuff.
Oh, give me a break. Everything we need is in the box. See? And you don't even have to read them. I'll do it.
Don't be a wuss. I watched my brother play once and it looked like a blast.
Hey, it's easy. You guys don't have to do anything except use your imagination.
So,
I'll
yeah,
be the
this
dungeon
is
master since
like
I already read the
9
rules.
minutes here.
Okay, you're...
Okay, I got 4 characters here.
Okay, wait a minute. What's a character?
All right, each of you guys gets to be a character in the game.
What's a
One of you
character?
controls the fight.
All right, we got deal with wizard here. Track number 4. Let's see. It should say in the book
Drive a
where this
hard
shows
bargain.
up here.
Good luck to you.
Have the clerics ready. I expect we will return red with wounds.
If you return at all.
All right, so that's just you play that after they haggle with this wizard apparently, and they take the deal. Oh, we got the end of track notification there. Now the next one
Your
sounds like
demands
if they
are ridiculous. Begone,
they push too
adventurers.
hard.
Major Domo, find me adventurers who won't attempt to bankrupt me. Worthless, little, hungry.
Ooh, the music. Kind of ridiculous, like MIDI music. Okay, kobolds. Kobolds, here we go. Oh, we've got the comedic creature cartoon music.
Watch where you put that sword. It's a sharp edge. I'm sharpening it. Come on. There's something. Would you give me something to drink? Where's my ale?
What are
Where's
those
the
things?
ale? Hobgoblin encounter.
Prepare to feel the pain you so eagerly inflict, hobgoblins! Proud words, warrior. Now back them with steel.
It sounds like they're doing like some of the voices of the characters, which is kind of weird. Like I'm playing the character and I'm sitting right here listening to my character. I don't know. That's a little weird to me. Ghost taunts cleric. Oh.
How many charms were there?
I don't know. I wasn't.
Beware! Gunther's ghost is here. I feel it.
It's cold. It's so cold in here.
My sword passed right through it.
That actually sounds a little freaky.
Foolish ones. Who lives? Who dies?
Ooh.
Why don't you and the warrior?
That kind of crying in the background is actually creepy. Trying the key near the door. We have a sound to play for when you try the key. I'm assuming by the title. You put the key in the door and that's it. So overall, I think the CD is actually a pretty cool inclusion, even if the execution isn't always great. It's about as cheesy as you'd expect it to be. I could definitely see some groups, especially younger players, thinking it's a pretty cool addition. And even the bits where the players' characters seem to be speaking and saying things like, "Down with you, foul orc!" I think that does actually kind of serve as a teaching tool to like give you a sense of the sort of things your characters might say in game. And the first 9-minute track I think is actually a really good teaching tool for just giving you a basic feel for what Dungeons and Dragons is. Now in terms of the overall contents of the box set, I gotta say there's a lot of cool stuff, and I wish that modern box sets came with more stuff like this. Certainly the Essentials kit was an improvement on the starter set in terms of coming with more useful stuff, though I do like the starter set adventure better. Anyway, I did a whole video on that topic several weeks ago, and I'll put a link to that one right up at the top out there if you want to check it out. But the big thing that these sets have over a set like the Intro to D&D set is the price tag. The fact that you can pick this up for like $10, that's like the price of a value meal at Wendy's, is actually pretty amazing. It just makes the barrier of entry so low, and yes, this really does come with everything you need to start playing. I do think it would be nice to see a bit more deluxe box sets that have more stuff. Something like the Pathfinder Beginner box is actually a really good model. This is the first edition box. This one was only $30 and came with a whole lot of stuff. Now, I actually couldn't find the original MSRP for the Intro to AD&D box set, but I did ask around, and from what I can tell, I think it was probably around $30 when it came out in 1995. And when you adjust for inflation, that would make it in 2022 dollars over $50. So it definitely is nice that the cost has come down on a lot of this stuff. Anyway, I had a lot of fun opening this up and just getting a little blast from the past. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like these videos and you want to support them, there are a couple ways you can do that. One is to buy your RPG products through my affiliate links. I'll put some links down in the video description. And another is to jump on board my Patreon. Patrons get access to some pretty cool things like weekly live map drawing streams with me, as well as campaign diaries for my ongoing Icewind Dale campaign. Lots of other cool stuff you can check out over at patreon.com/WASD20. Thank you so much, patrons. All right, thank you all for watching. Take care, everybody. You'll see me again very soon.